So I stumbled upon this article. I find it pretty interesting. I didn't see any of this on the news. Matter of fact, I haven't seen any updates on the news. I think my last video was that the moms from Minnesota were actually charged. Um, I didn't see that on the news. I just happened to like Google to see what's going on because I hadn't heard anything. Um, but here we go. This was actually published on September 19th, and it says Doctor in Genital Mutilation Case Freed on a $4.5 million bond. Detroit, Jumana Nagarwala, the Northville doctor accused of mutilating the genitalia of countless young girls, was released on $4.5 million unsecured bond Tuesday after 5 months in jail. Nagarwala, 44, smiled after U.S. District Judge Bernard Friedman freed her under a set of extraordinary bond conditions, including what is believed to be the largest unsecured bond in Detroit federal court history. Relatives and friends helped win her release by posting more than $4.5 million worth of real estate in multiple states. The judge's decision came despite federal prosecutors calling Nagarwala a danger to the community and flight risk with ties to Africa and India and access to $2.4 million in assets that could bankroll a prolonged flight from justice. They reminded the judge Nagarwala was arrested in April while trying to board a flight to Kenya for a prearranged visit with two of her 4 children who study abroad. Nagarwala was released 5 months after being charged in the nation's first federal case involving female genital mutilation, a case that has raised awareness about the procedure and sharp divisions over it. Nagarwala must live under home detention with a GPS tether and post her Northville home as security, the judge said. Should she flee, she's really hurting her kids, the judge said. The judge also froze Nagarwala and her husband's retirement accounts and assets stored in a safe deposit box. Nagarwala and her immediate family also must surrender their passports. She'll also waive extradition to the United States in the event she does flee the country, though prosecutors said the waiver would not guarantee her return and could take years to finalize. So basically what that paragraph just said, or that whatever just said, it says in the event she does flee the country. So it's like they're giving her a chance to flee the country, because why would you even let her out? Give me a break. But anyway, money's the master here in this world. So let's see, where was I? Nagarwala also is prohibited from having contact with friends or members of the Dawoodi Bohra. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to stop. A sect that would actually get her to mutilate a little girl's vagina. I'm sure she's going to stop talking to them and having any contact with them. That's her religion. Anyway, sorry. Nagarwala is also prohibited from having contact with friends or members of the Dawoodi Bohra, a small group of Shia Muslims from India at the center of the genital mutilation scandal. Nagarwala cried tears of joy after the judge's order. She's happy, defense lawyer Shannon Smith told reporters. Well, tears of joy are much better than tears of pain from having mutilation done to you as a little kid. I don't know why, but this just disgusts me, and I can't believe this isn't in the news. I apologize. Let me stay on task here. I'm already up. The judge's order triggered a wave of relief among at least 17 members of the Dawoodi Bohra community who attended Tuesday's hearing and smiled or turned to each other in apparent disbelief. The women wore the Dawoodi Bohra's traditional cultural dress called a Rita, I don't know, that covered their heads and bodies in bright colors including green, pink, and yellow. The men wore traditional white caps fringed in gold. This is one step forward, Nagarwala friend Murtaza Kayumi, 69, of Livonia, told reporters outside the courtroom. She wants to be with her family in the community. She wants to be with her sect, the one that she's not supposed to talk to. Anyhow, her whole family is in the sect, so how is she not going to be communicating with them? Whatever. Prosecutors had urged the judge to keep Nagarwala in jail, arguing she is the most culpable of 7 co-defendants and directed a 12-year female genital mutilation conspiracy. Besides, their arguments, the judge didn't care. The judge made his ruling. Nargawala organized the medical appointments and wielded the tool that the government asserts was used to cut the genitalia of countless young girls, Assistant U.S. Attorney Sarah Woodward said. Nargawala was scheduled to stand trial October 10th, but the complex case and 2 new defendants prompted an adjournment. A new trial date will likely be scheduled in mid to late 2018. They're giving her lots of time to flee. Nargawala was the only defendant being held without bond. She was jailed after being arrested in April and lost an earlier bid for bond in July. That's when Friedman ruled she was a flight risk because she is facing charges that could send her to federal prison for the rest of her life and because she has ties overseas. The bond hearing came 6 days after a grand jury indicted 2 Minnesota mothers, charging them with female genital mutilation and conspiracy to commit female genital mutilation. 8 people have been charged in the nation's first federal case involving female genital mutilation. Nargawala and the others are accused of participating in a conspiracy to cut prepubescent girls as a part of a religious procedure practiced by some members of the Dawoodi Bohra. Locally, most members of the sect belong to the Anjuman-e-Najmi Mosque in Farmington Hills. Yeah, just a few hours away from me, Farmington Hills. Lots of Muslims over there. Nargawala is accused of mutilating the genitalia of the 2 Minnesota girls at a Livonia clinic in February. Prosecutors estimate up to 100 girls were cut during the 12-year conspiracy. So far, the indictment references 6 victims. Prosecutors say the girls were cut, but the defense lawyers say the procedure performed on the girls was benign and not female genital mutilation. They accuse the government of overreaching. Nargawala is accused of mutilating the Minnesota girls February 3rd at the Burani Medical Clinic in Livonia, owned by Dr. Fakhruddin Attar. The Farmington Hills man has been indicted along with his wife, Dr. Farida Attar, who is accused of helping arrange the procedure and being in the examination room while it was performed. The couple was arrested earlier this year and accused of committing female genital mutilation, trying to cover up the crime, and conspiring with Nargawala to cut girls. The indictment alleges Nargawala and the Minnesota mothers plotted a nighttime rendezvous at the Livonia clinic. Nargawala sent text messages to the moms directing them to meet her at the clinic February 3rd, prosecutors allege. The mothers drove with their daughters from Minnesota to Metro Detroit so Nargawala could perform female genital mutilation that day at the Livonia facility, according to the indictment. One girl told the FBI that Nargawala pinched her on the place where she goes pee, and a subsequent medical examination showed the girl's genitals did not appear normal, and a section had been altered or removed, according to a court filing. A doctor also observed scar tissue and small healing lacerations. The second girl identified Nargawala as the doctor she visited in Detroit, and a subsequent medical exam showed the girl's genitalia had a small incision and a small tear, according to a court filing. Nargawala's lawyer has said the doctor merely removed mucous membrane from the girl's genitalia, placed the material on gauze pads, and gave it to their families for burial. The girls were brought to the clinic by mothers who wanted them to undergo a religious rite of passage, defense lawyers said. The procedures were benign and legal, defense lawyers have said. Prosecutors disagree. Their pants and underwear were removed, and Dr. Nargawala approached with sharp tool to cut their genitals, Assistant U.S. Attorney Sarah Woodward said during an earlier court hearing. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe I just missed it, but I don't think so because I pretty much don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, it's news. So I haven't heard anything of this. This is in my state, so you'd think our local news would cover it. They cover everything else. I mean, they share nonstop stuff of, this person and over here did this and all across the country, basically, but they're not giving us the news here in our home state. It just disgusts me. This whole thing disgusts me, and it disgusts me that the judge let her out. It also disgusts me that her and her sect have $4.5 million worth of real estate and stuff to help her get out. But hey, whatever. I don't care about that much. So, good morning. I just woke up, read this, and wanted to make this video just so that it's out there. I know people don't watch my videos that much, but hey, at least it's out there. This is going on, and people aren't even watching it, aren't even seeing it. The news isn't reporting it. Craziness, but hey, the Most High's coming though. Take care.